Thank you, Chairman Horn, and for allowing us to address the committee. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm board chair of the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. The Wright, as we call it, is the oldest and biggest African American museum in the state of Michigan. It's the second largest in the country, only after the Smithsonian that was built just a couple of years ago. We preserve and protect over 35,000 artifacts that essentially help us in being able to describe, the focus that we have in preserving civil and human rights within the state of Michigan. And Michigan is one that is a model for a lot of other states from that aspect. The legislation that you're considering today is crucial to the existence of the Charles H. Wright, the Detroit Historical Society, as well as the Dosen Museum of the Great Lakes. We're asking that you favorably consider the Senate Bill 653 to help provide public authority granted similar to the Detroit Institute of Arts as well as the Detroit Zoo, so that we can ask our constituents, your constituents, the public, to determine the level of support in helping support our various museums. We appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to present.
Yeah, thank you for your testimony. And just to remind the members, too, we intend to vote this bill out today. With that, we'll circle back with Kirk and Prophet, and you can give us your testimony, because if we have a couple questions, then you're here as well. And then on deck is John Decker with the Detroit Historical Society, so we'll call you up short. You might as well come on up right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Yeah, I appreciate the work that you've done with us. Each member has been very responsive to us. Your staff, Mr. Chair, has been outstanding. What we're doing, as Eric probably described, is we're just giving the same authority to Wayne and Oakland County that we've already given previously to for the DIA and the Detroit Zoo. And indeed, we did the same thing over in Grand Rapids with the Public Museum there, although we didn't pass a bill to create an authority. This allows each county, Wayne and Oakland County, we did not include Macomb this time because they did not want to have this authority. Wayne and Oakland do want the authority to set up an authority to have the ability to go to voters to see if they want to support up to 0.2 of a mil for each venue, 0.4 total, to support each venue to bring their services, programming and other sorts of services to their counties. Obviously, it provides, as Eric described, great sustainability for two publicly owned museums, which, as we all know, with the state of public resources, especially in some of those areas, is very difficult. Indeed, a lot of the public resources have been diminished or eliminated over time. So this gives the ability for each county, Wayne and Oakland, to go to each, and they both support, the county exec, the chair of each board supports. We've actually got polling data that shows nearly 70% in support of having this authority. And we're just doing essentially what we did with the DIA and the Detroit Zoo, except we don't include Macomb. I'll stop there and introduce John Decker, who's the chair of the board at the Detroit Historical Society. I apologize to Eric for being outside when I should have introduced him. But thank you, Mr. Chair. I know you and your committee have been outstanding in being able to move us expeditiously. We do have, I would add, we do have a time sensitivity with the bill, and that's why we pushed a little bit. We hope to be on the ballot either in August, hopefully, or perhaps November next year, but you back up there from when they have to create an authority, get it on the ballot, get county approval, and do all those sorts of things. We really need to move the bill, if we can, out of the Senate in December yet. So I appreciate the committee doing what they're doing today. So it gives us enough time in January and February in the House to move it out of there, get it on the governor's desk, and be ready in March to pass articles of incorporation, set up the authorities, do all that kind of activity, so the authority can actually decide, do we want to go to the voters next year for a millage. So thank you.
For your testimony. I share your concern for time sensitivity. And so we invite you to, for your testimony. Thank you. Welcome to our committee.
Thank you. I appreciate it. As mentioned, my name is John Decker. I'm chairman of the board of the Detroit Historical Society. And Mr. Chairman and committee members, thank you for the opportunity to speak on this. Since its founding in 1921, 100 years ago to this month, the Detroit Historical Society has been dedicated to ensuring that our region's history is preserved so that current and future generations of Metro Detroiters can understand the people, places, and events that have helped shape our lives. We do this through the management and operation of the Detroit Historical Museum in Midtown Detroit, the Dawson Great Lakes Museum on Belle Isle, and each of these museums has internationally acclaimed exhibitions. As the stewards of Detroit's history and more than 250,000 artifacts, our work to share Greater Detroit's past, present, and future plays a unique and essential role in reinforcing our sense of community, both locally and regionally. Detroit and Greater Detroit area are extraordinarily rich in history. The spirit of Detroit and its people, the stories that have arisen out of our collective triumph and tragedy have long been on the radar of people from around the world. Senate Bill 653, if passed, would provide the pathway to financial sustainability to the museums and protect the opportunity of future generations to experience and learn from our region's past. Further, if the bill were not to pass, the museums of the Detroit Historical Society are at risk of closure due to lack of sustainable funding. It is truly existential, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, and so many of us are very proud of the work that you do at both museums, and just a reminder too that the Council of State Governments, 11 states, 4 Canadian provinces, will be visiting the city of Detroit in 2023, and so you're welcome to to invite members to visit both your museums as long as we'll be there in full force. With that,
We'd love to be host venues, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
You want to volunteer us, yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
With that, and seeing no questions, I would entertain a motion from Senator Vanderwall to report the S1 version of 653 to the floor with recommendation that the bill pass. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Senator Vanderwall?
Yes.
Senator Lowers? Senator Schmidt?
Yes.
Senator Lasada?
Yes.
Senator McDonald? Senator Huizinga?
Yes.
Senator McMorrow?
Yes.
Senator Geis? Senator Moss?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 7 yeas. The bill is reported.
Thank you. I'll make the motion to recommend immediate effect without objection. It is so ordered. I have one card to read in. Not wishing to speak and neutral on the bill is Aaron Keel, Department of Treasury. Thank you so much for your testimony. Congratulations.